So our big fundraiser is coming up, or I should say it differently. It's actually coming to a conclusion tomorrow. Our annual fundraiser. I can't even bother our good friend Joey Hecht about our fundraiser because he participated with a beautiful 20 times high donation a couple of months back when we were in the midst of the initial stages of our fundraiser. And he wrote the following. He said, "Thank you for all your inspiring programs and warm wishes. Joey Hecht at Israel One Stop." And Joey's here in studio. We're going to be talking about some of the most recent developments when it comes to real estate in Israel. And I do remind everybody, and he does as well, I bet. He put his money where his mouth is, that we are worth supporting, and encourages everyone to give at fjbunity.org. Joey Hecht, a pleasure to welcome you back to JM in the AM.
Pleasure to be back. I feel like I'm home.
You like this place?
I like this place, Baruch Hashem. How are you?
Do you tend to hang out in New Jersey once you've appeared here, or you're right back into the Great Neck area?
I'm heading right back to Great Neck.
Right back. How long does that take generally?
40 minutes.
And that's it.
That's it.
And it's worth it to come here and
Absolutely.
to be part of this. And we certainly feel it is, because we get an opportunity to speak about one of our favorite topics, and that is that the future of the Jewish people is in the state of Israel. And that's something that you can attest to. And you today said to me off the air that you have rabbinic proof, and I don't mean rabbinic proof from 100 or 1,000 years ago.
Right. You
said you have rabbinic proof from today.
Correct.
That the future of the Jewish people is in the state of Israel.
Exactly. So I was speaking off the record with you, and I was saying that Rabbi Kalman Top from L.A.,
right.
Rabbi Yisrael Kamenetsky from DRS,
right.
Rabbi Penner. Many of these Rabbanim are...
Rabbi Rothwax
not only are thinking of going to Israel personally, but to create a satellite community for people. They have a vision. They see what's coming down the road. And like Rabbi
Cohen in Connecticut?
Rabbi Kalman Top, who's not in retirement age,
right.
He notified his shul, just recently came public, that he's planning on going to Israel and joining a community. So he's seeing the vision that people are going to be making that move soon, and he wants to make sure that people are familiar with the community that they had back home. Now, if you move to another country, even though it's Israel, and you go to a shul, it's not familiar to you, it's hard to break into the crowd. So these Rabbanim have a vision that your listeners are going to be prepared to buy with Israel One Stop very soon.
And they'll have the synagogue that they remember, or at least that they're familiar with, that resembles what they remember. They'll have the rabbi, who they obviously are familiar with, or will get to know if they're new residents. And you would say they'll have the amenities that many Americans are used to.
Right. I'm actually in high-level talks with many Rabbanim, which I can't share yet. There's a particular project.
What does many mean?
Two.
Actually, is many for these days.
It is. I mean, I spoke to many more, but two are very seriously considering making the move. There's a community that I'm working with called Melech Haaretz, which is in Yerushalayim on Derech Hebron. It's called a gated community, not a physical gate, but a gated community where you have 3 huge towers. And within that is going to be a shul, a pool, a multi-purpose room, everything that you would need within one place, a park, open grounds, and it's three towers, 100 units per tower.
And they have not started construction.
They've not started. They're starting construction. Will be ready in 3 to 4 years. So one of the Rabbanim I'm speaking to, I'm considering putting into this project. And the project is open to giving us a separate room to be able to do our own minyan, our own kiddush, besides the shul that they already have within the project.
I'm trying to think, because as you know, I'm very familiar with Derech Hebron.
Right.
I'm trying to think where this is.
It's right a block away from Arnona. Where Arnona ends.
Oh, so it's further south than I think.
1 block further south.
Right.
With views to the Dead Sea, views of all of Yerushalayim.
So past that little mall and that gas station.
It's right at that corner.
That's where it is?
That's where it is, right at that corner. You make a right going down to the mall. It's right there on the left-hand side.
It's an unbelievable area.
Excellent location.
It really is an unbelievable
And
area.
I think that's one of...
Oh, and the light rail is going right there.
The light rail is going right in front of it. So you're going to be 5 minutes away, 10 minutes away from Emila, from Baca.
In fact, if you're going to buy my recommendation is that if you're waiting anyway to move to Israel, buy now and then move 3-4 years from now. The light rail will be finished.
So I'm going to tell you something interesting. Because of my business sense and business background, I'm working on different unique opportunities for buyers. For example, right now the dollar to the shekel exchange is 3.10.
Wow.
It was about 3.6, 3.7 a year ago.
Never thought we'd say 3.10.
You're talking about a 20% difference.
Wow.
So I went to the developers and I said, listen, you want to entice people, give them the exchange rate on the first 20% as if they exchange it at 3.5.
Wow. That's quite a discount.
That's quite a discount. And behind the scenes, they're telling me, if you have a serious client that's going to sign, we'll make it happen for you. That's big money.
I mean, you could save hundreds of thousands of dollars in the long run.
Well, it's only on the 20%, not on the total amount.
Right, but if you wanted to go a larger deposit, you could save more, no?
100%.
So I'm saying you could
save big money.
In theory, you could save big money.
So I would say 85 to 90% of my clientele are buying new developments. Why? Because if you're buying something as a resale, you're going to spend somewhere between $1 million and $1.2 million. As an American, the maximum you could take on a mortgage is 50%. Right. So come out of pocket today, $500,000. Many of your listeners don't have $500,000 sitting around to do a deal. But on a new development that'll be ready 3 to 4 years from now, you could get in somewhere between $170 to $220. That seems to be the range that you need today to lock in a price that will be permanently locked in. And when it'll be ready 4 years from now, we would have had already appreciation, and then you could take the mortgage at the back end. So if you put 20% down now, call it $200,000, you bring it up to 50% 6 months before the project's completed, and then you take out a mortgage.
And you're saving $20,000 if you use the deal that you just mentioned.
It's a deal that I'm negotiating with many developers. And
how many have said yes?
Almost all of them said, if you bring me a customer that's ready to sign, we'll make it happen. It's a big deal. Now, of course, whoever's listening is going to say, that's a great idea, Joey. I think I'm going to start using that same idea and use it as leverage with the developers. But the bottom line is I'm happy to bring to the listeners opportunity to make it easier for them to buy.
Right.
If anybody's in a position with $170,000 to $180,000, I could get him into a project in Israel, and it'll be ready 3, 4, 5 years from now, and they'll call me and say, you know what, Joey and Nachum, thank you for that opportunity.
One Stop is dealing with how many projects right now?
30 projects throughout the country.
And how many of them are in Jerusalem?
Right now, I have 4 or 5 in Jerusalem.
Interesting.
I have 5 or 6 in Tel Aviv, many in Netanya. I have a couple in Renana. We have throughout the country. Like I said last time.
What neighborhood in Tel Aviv?
In the main area.
Yeah.
In the
Dizengoff
area. There's many Africa Israel's there. Aviv is over there. There's many new developments there. The problem is in Tel Aviv, it's very expensive. 80,000 shekel a square meter, 100,000 shekel a square meter versus 40 to 50,000 shekel in other communities.
Yeah, you think Yerushalayim is expensive.
Exactly. So in Netanya, we have projects from 35 to 45,000 shekel per square meter. So you're buying anywhere from 2.8 million shekel to 3.5, 4 million shekel. Same thing in Yerushalayim, 3 million, 4 million shekel range. In Tel Aviv, it's a whole different ballgame.
What's the hottest right now? I mean, Netanya and Ashkelon were very hot. What's the hottest right now?
It's still Netanya and Yerushalayim.
Not Ashkelon.
Not Ashkelon. I'm telling you right now that this Melech HaAretz project is unbelievable. I would encourage people to go online, look at it. I have some sort of exclusivity. They're dealing directly with the developer. You call me at my cell number at 516-319-3999, or you can reach me through my email, joey@israelonestop, that's numeric 1.com. I'll be happy to do a free intake. Find out what your wants and needs are, what your budget is, and depending on what you need, I'll make sure to put you into the right market.
And the project you just mentioned is up there on the website?
It's up there on the website, yes.
Israel One Stop.
Well, not Melech HaAretz.
It's not there.
No. I don't list all the projects on the website.
Got it.
Okay. People could go to Melech HaAretz's website directly.
And they could see it there.
They could see it there, or they could call me, but I have many projects to put them into.
No, understood. Joey Hecht is here in the studio. All right, so let's get to the big message here, because we understand, and throughout all your visits, we've gotten to become familiar with the service you provide, and we'll go into detail about that a little later on. But you mentioned these rabbis. You mentioned the rabbinic leaders. You and I together just mentioned 5 in major communities around this country, which is amazing.
Right.
Stamford, L.A., Long Island, New Jersey.
The biggest hubs.
What was the 5th one? I forgot already. Anyway, So you said to me off the air that these rabbis know something that many of us may not know.
Look, it's not
and it's not just that the future of the Jewish peoples in the state of Israel. That was the message that I emphasized, because that's the message we always give. But you said they see the writing on the wall here in the United States of America.
Many people are calling me and saying, Joey, we're scared. We've never felt this way, and we need to have a home in Israel. We need a footprint in Israel. And I think these rabbis see the writing on the wall, and they're preparing in advance. Like Rabbi Kalman Top, he's a young rabbi. He could have stayed another 20 years in L.A.
He ain't retiring yet.
He ain't retiring, but he notified his shul. It just came public 2 weeks ago. It came on public that he's planning on moving to Israel to a community. And he's anticipating people from his shul or from other parts of America to come join in Israel.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, so it's not just, believe me, I love emphasizing the positive message of the future of the Jewish peoples in the state of
scary.
Israel. But there's also a reality.
It's a scary reality.
Right. And the reality is what we are all seeing and some experiencing here in this country, where it's not as friendly as it used to be.
I mean, unfortunately, just the other day in the city, there was a friendly snowball fight.
Right.
Okay? I mean, we're living through difficult times, and people are worried. People are afraid to go to shul. There was an incident in Manhattan. There was a real estate event. And in front of a shul, there was, unfortunately, demonstrations. People are nervous.
Right, 100%.
And they want to feel that they want to get in. If they need, all my clients come to me and say, Joey, I never would have been able to do it without you. I don't know how people do it.
Because you're 6,000 miles away.
You offer every service that you need from the comfort of our home.
And those services include, let's do this now, those services include?
Brokerage, legal, management, mortgage, money transfer, everything you would need.
Under one roof.
Under one roof.
It's
hard for the same fees. So the lawyer charges 1% in Israel. My partner charges the same 1%. A broker in Israel charges 2%. We charge the same 2%. A management company charges whatever they charge. We charge the same percent. We're not more expensive, but we have all those services under one umbrella. You make one phone call, you have everything. Imagine, Nachum, you flew to Israel tonight. Where would you go? How would you have 8 or 9 different communities available to you, even you weren't actually in Israel? Where would you go? What would you do?
Understood.
You're going to look at a banner hanging from a balcony and call it a cell number? But that's
the truth is, if you're driving through Israel, you're probably passing a bunch of developments.
But my point is that's the way it's done in Israel. People literally hang a banner on a building. There is now Zillow in Israel. It's not like here where you go to Zillow.com and you put in 5 towns or Grey Neck and listings come up. There is no centralized system in Israel.
That's interesting.
I'm the Zillow. Israel One Stop is the Zillow. I'm bringing you all the newest developments and all the resales all under one roof. Go ahead, type into your computer. You're not going to find anything. And if you do, it could be a listing from 30 years ago. There's no official organized Zillow in Israel.
The rentals, I think, are organized online. Am I right or wrong?
Not really.
No?
No, people call me from Israel. Do you have a rental for me? In Israel, calling me in America.
That's not something you do, is it?
No, I don't. I'll help people if I could, but it's not my specialty. My specialty is helping Americans buy a home in Israel under one umbrella with ease, with comfort, a seamless process.
So if someone wants a Pesach program in Israel, they're not calling you.
They're not calling.
And if someone wants an apartment in Israel for Pesach, they're not calling you.
They're calling me for that also, believe it or not. Yes, they call me for Sukkot and Pesach. I should open up another business.
Not a bad idea, frankly. Joey Hecht is here, IsraelOneStop.com. Again, it's Israel One Stop. That's number 1, stop.com. We are recommending that those of you who are curious about owning real estate in Israel and actually having an apartment or a home there, we encourage you to at least place a phone call or head to the website and speak with Joey and his staff and let them start the process for you. And
it's very easy, Nachum. They just have to call me. It's an easy number. Anybody can remember it. 516-319-3999. Easy.
Interesting. You call that an easy phone number. I like that.
Call me, WhatsApp me, message me. I'll do a free Zoom with you. It'll take about a half hour, and you'll be able to get into Israel on a project that'll be ready 3 to 5 years from now for somewhere between $180,000 to $220,000.
Any projects that'll be ready a year from now?
There are some projects, but then you're not getting that benefit because the appreciation's already there. So the biggest bang for your buck is the ones, depending if the project has a permit or not. If it doesn't have a permit, you can put down 7%. If it has a permit already, it's 20% or somewhere in between.
Right.
So the minimum you're putting down is 7, the maximum you're putting down is 20. And then on the back end, it's either 75% 6 months before or 100% at the very end.
How long does it take to get a permit?
For the building, It can take anywhere from 6 months to a year or 2 years. These are all things that are done in advance. By the time I'm ready...
It's not 40 years like the old days?
No. First of all, everything I deal with is bank guaranteed. Impossible to lose your money. I only deal with reputable developers who have a proven track record. I'm not going to somebody who's a private family who bought a parcel of land building 10 units. They call me. I tell them, sorry, I don't know. I'm taking a gamble. I want to deal with developers who've done tens of thousands of units already in Israel and have a proven track record. So you're buying a new property with a 1-year guarantee, no headache, from a developer that's done already so many units throughout the country that you have nothing to worry about. Yossi Avrami, Africa, Israel, Aviv. These are all the biggest developers in Israel.
There's a Canada project. Are you familiar with that one?
No, which one?
In Jerusalem.
There's so many projects, Baruch Hashem.
Oh, there are a tremendous number.
There's more cranes, I think, in Israel.
I actually wanted to introduce you to that
than anywhere else in the world.
I wanted to introduce you. Didn't I mention something to you about introducing you to that guy?
I believe so. So let's do it.
Should set up a Zoom.
When are we going to Israel together?
That's a good idea. I was supposed to go this Saturday night, but
let's leave tonight. Let's leave tonight.
And anybody who thinks I postponed, by the way, because of Iran, it had nothing to do with Iran. I didn't even think people, once I postponed, everyone's, oh, you're worried about the war. I said, that's so funny. I postponed for another reason. I didn't even think about the war. It's so amazing, you know. But
think about this. If you're buying something today with $180,000 down, $200,000 down, and you didn't make the move, and you waited 5 years, and then you make the move 5 years from now, what do you think that $200,000 would be as a deposit? Probably $300,000 or $350,000.
And the value of the
value would have gone up. So you're saving both ends. Right. In other words, if you have the ability, and I'm being straightforward with your listeners, it's going to take somewhere between 180 to 220 to get into a new development. That's the reality. Because if it's 2.5 million to 3 million shekel, if you do the math with the 20%, the purchase tax, the broker fee, and the legal fee, it comes out. I did the math somewhere between 180 and 220.
Are you dealing with Pardes Heights at all?
Yeah.
Yeah. How far?
I told you David Rappan, my partner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have access to all the projects.
How far along are they?
They're also 3-4 years out.
Literally in 4 years they'll be built?
Yes.
It's close to the other one you spoke about.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Oh, am I ready? I don't know if I'm ready for Pardes. What do you say to people that cannot get to that financial level to make this investment? Is there any hope for those who can't get to that level?
I'll tell you what many people have been doing. They're saying, I'm going to buy in a partnership. I have many people calling me and saying, I can't afford a loan, but I'm going to buy with my brother. So I could come up with 80, and my brother comes with 80. 160 we could do, and in 5 years, we could always sell it. We could flip it. We could do different things. So that's what many people are doing. Then it's deeded in 2 names or 3 names.
And if a partnership or a trio like that approaches you, you can do
Absolutely. My lawyer will write it up on the contract that you bought it as 3 different names. Just like here, if you buy a house in 2 names, you get a deed 50-50. It'll say Joey Hecht, Nachum Segal. So that's what many people are doing.
And I have to assume that there are some areas of the country that are developing that are a bit cheaper than some of the properties we've been talking about in Jerusalem.
There is this Carmel Gat. There are certain neighborhoods where you could get into 2 million to 2.5 million shekel range, but the small units, the 1-2 bedroom apartments. The reality is that most of my listeners are in the age range from that are buying somewhere between late 40s to mid 60s in that range. Those are the people that already made weddings, already made bar mitzvahs, already made bat mitzvahs, and have the liquidity to do this. And they understand that they need to buy not only for themselves, but for a legacy, for their children and grandchildren. Many people say to me, it's not for me. I want to make sure there's a place in Israel for my children and grandchildren to go to when I'm not around.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
Joey Hecht is here, Israel One Stop. Essentially, it's just trying to convince people to give you a call. It's trying to convince people to just say, hey, if you really do believe that your future as you as an individual, you as a family is in Israel,
100%.
You're here to help them.
It's like my partners always say to me, the people who want to buy are buyers, and the people who are not buyers are not buyers. They're not going to call you. If anyone's considering buying or is on the fence of buying, wants to learn how to buy, I'll educate you. If you don't end up using me, no charata, I'm fine. Right. I believe once you hear what my services are and what services we provide, by the way, we have plenty of references to refer to people when they call. So people have Rabbanim that bought through me, I have caterers that bought through me, I have hedge fund guys that bought through me, I have a laundry list of many happy clients. So when people are concerned, feel free, call me. You have nothing to lose. What do I have to lose?
No, I hear that. I'm just trying to, impress people with how important this is. The rabbis that you mentioned earlier, are all of them associated with a specific project or not?
Two or three are going to certain projects
that they've announced already.
They've announced, and they're putting the flyers.
Right, and the others are like, we're going. But the ones who are not with a specific project.
So the ones
they just announced we're going.
So one of the 2 rabbis that I'm speaking with is relation to Melech Haaretz,
right.
A specific project
because they have not committed to anything else yet.
It's they haven't committed to anything else yet. And when I approached them, they said, you know what? All these other rabbanim are doing it. I like the idea. I trust you, Joey, and let me think about it. And they're thinking about it very seriously. I mean, it's a big commitment.
Boy, a lot of it,
because if I'm marketing that a specific rabbi's coming to a project, they have to be there at least 3 to 5 years. Well, people will be buying based on the idea that this rabbi is going to be there.
Yeah, of course.
So
they want that comfort level.
They want that comfort level, exactly. And imagine you go into what shul you belong to?
The Bialystoker Synagogue.
Okay, so imagine your Rav made that move,
and
you decide to go to Israel, and you go to that building, and he's the Rav in that community. You're going to be like, it's amazing. Right. Nothing's changed.
Something you're used to.
And listen, let's be honest. Israel's not easy to acclimate to.
Right. So this makes it a drop easier.
This makes it easy, yeah. I mean, you have different nusachs. Let's say in Area Mim, there's an Ashkenazi shul with a Lubavitch rabbi. You understand? So, and I davened there for a month straight when I was there looking for an apartment. But at the end of the day, if you have a young Israel-style shul, a Granic Cynic-style shul, it'll be very different. Or 5-time, a young Israel Woodman-style shul. I mean, these are the shuls that I'm familiar with.
Right.
Imagine you walk into a building, you go downstairs, and it's like business as usual.
Understood. Look, you don't have to convince me. I know this is the move that everyone's got to make, and I hope that we are effective in convincing them to do so. Go to the website, IsraelOneStop.com. Israel One, it's the number one stop.com. Joey Hecht is ready to speak to you at what phone number?
516-319-3999. I want to just add one more thing.
Yeah.
I charge 2% broker fee, and my lawyers, my partners charge 1%. I'm going to take off 0.25% from my side for anybody that calls and does a deal with me. So I'm going to charge 1 3/4%. My partners will make 1%. I'm going to take off 0.25%. That's how much I believe in people buying in Israel, that it's not so much about the money for me. It's about the mitzvah. It's about the chesed. It's about helping people understand that our future is in Eretz Yisrael.
Yeah. That's what we try to convince people about every single day. Thanks for all your support, by the way.
Of course.
We're wrapping up.
I'm going to make another donation, by the way.
Today?
Well, right when we hang up, I'm taking out my credit card. We're going to do on the spot on the computer.
Boy, oh boy, I'll tell you. I hope a lot of people follow your example.
What I do last time?
$360.
I'm going to match it right now.
Woo!
Here we go.
There we go.
I'm handing you my credit card.
Holy cow.
Capital One, there's the number, and you're going to put it in yourself.
Well, take care.
By the way, this is a very worthy station to support. Nachum brings on many good people, Rabbanim, businesses, music. You should definitely support Nachum and his work. And it's my honor and privilege. What is this, my 4th or 5th time here now? I lost count already.
Yeah, you've been here a number of times with a very important message. One that I really feel that this is the mission now. You know, I've done this for a long time. There have been a lot of messages and missions over the years, a lot of different initiatives that I have undertaken. I look at this stage of my career, and I think I've said this to you. I look at this stage of my career now just focused on convincing Jews in the diaspora to get to Israel. And I think our listeners in Israel appreciate it. I think that as the Anglo-Jewish community continues to move from here to there, the Anglos in Israel like it. Like you said, they like the familiarity. They like greeting their brothers and sisters to come and live in the Holy Land. So it's really important.
I think I shared this with you. How did I start this business? It started after October 7th. In my garage. I told you this stuff. Maybe
2.5 years ago.
2.5 years ago. I was very involved in various chesed initiatives after October 7th in the Granic community with the Syrian community.
You're known for that. We spoke about it.
I did a lot of initiatives. And I had a conversation with Hashem. And I said, give me an idea that I can monetize the same concept. And Israel One Stop popped in my head right away. Within a week, I had everything up and running. So I'm telling you, this is a mission from Hashem for me to do. I have a mission. I have a mandate to help people move to Israel. This isn't like just a business. I'm successful in the jewelry business, real estate. This isn't a moneymaker for me. This is a mission for me, a chesed mission to get people to buy in Israel with ease, seamlessly. And many of my clients tell me, Joey, how could I have done this without you? It's impossible to find all the moving parts to make it happen with the bureaucracy. And there are challenges. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
There are challenges. My job is to deal with the challenge so you as the buyer sit back and relax. And I deal with everything behind the scenes, so you have everything done easily, smoothly, seamlessly. And in 5 years when you move in, you look back and say, wow, that was amazing. How did I do that? Other people say, well, you bought to Israel One Stop. You didn't have any issues? And like, no, it was easy. People can't fathom that because I'm sure you know people who have bought who have stories, horror stories. No horror stories at Israel One Stop.
It is a pleasure to be your partner in this mission.
I really appreciate that.
Come back again, please.
I will.
With a full report about how many more rabbis are moving to Israel and how many more people you've helped.
I certainly will. And it's my honor to give people a discount. I just want to encourage people to call me and do a free intake. If nothing comes out of it, it's fine. Just call me, 516-319-3999. Looking forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much for having me back.
A pleasure. IsraelOneStop.com. The one is the number one, IsraelOneStop.com. A big pleasure to have Joey Hecht back in the studio to talk about our favorite topic, and that is the bridge from the diaspora to the state of Israel. More coming up. It's JM in the AM.